We went all out for you guys, but you know, there's nothing better than, I can think back, this is I think going to be my 32nd year in coaching, and I have a lot of fond memories of, you know, getting in the car, you know, early in the morning with a cup of coffee and driving somewhere to learn football or to do something at night. And you know, I can tell you that there's countless coaches that have helped me throughout the course of my career and still do to this day. And you know, the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to meet, you know, from different coaches, different levels, different schemes, different sides of the ball, and just talk about a number of different things has really helped my development as a football coach. So to be a part of this is fun for me, and it's fun for our staff. I think you're going to really enjoy getting to know our staff throughout the course of this week. Number one, first and foremost, they're outstanding teachers. They're very detailed, specific in their coaching, and they're good people. So I would encourage you, once, you know, when they're done speaking, certainly feel free to ask as many questions as possible, and also spend some time getting to know them a little bit. And I'm sure they're the type of people, they're coaches just like you. We spent a lot of time this off season trying to learn ourselves by studying other teams in the league, by studying ourselves, what we do, and finding ways to improve. So that's the beauty of football. That's the beauty of what we do. You know, it never stops. You get to continually look for ways to get better and make an impact and make a difference. And I really want to, you know, commend you guys for the work that you do and how important your job is and the impact that you can have, that you already have here in South Florida working with young people. It doesn't matter. The other great thing about football is, and one thing I truly believe is, it's all relative. You know, it really doesn't matter what level we coach at. And I've coached in college football. I coached for 19 years. I coached at a lot of different levels in college football, Division III, 1AA, you know, the Mid-American Conference, the Big Ten, a whole different, you know, a whole gamut. And then obviously onto the National Football League. We're going into my 13th year. And there's some, I think, universal things about football that don't change. And that's the fundamentals. And one of the things that I'm excited about for you guys this week is, you know, throughout the course of the week, you're going to hear our coaches, you know, talk to you about the fundamentals that we believe in with the Miami Dolphins. If you ever come to our facility, in our meeting rooms, it's on our walls. And I'm not talking, you know, it's not complicated. And you may have a better way to do it, and we'd love to hear it. We'd love to learn. But, you know, if you're going to play defense with the Miami Dolphins, we got a way of how we're going to teach tackling, you know, how we're going to pursue, how we're going to get off blocks, how we're going to create turnovers, you know, how we're going to block on offense, how we're going to catch the football, how we're going to run with the football, how we're going to run routes. I mean, the basics, elementary things. And I share this with our players a lot. All the days after the game, you guys know the feeling when you watch the game film. I can't think of a lot of games that I've been a part of that our team won because of some masterful, schematic game plan. It's really been about players playing hard, playing together, and playing fundamentally sound, playing like a team. And hopefully that's something maybe we can spark some interest in how you guys teach your fundamentals. And like I said, you know, we can have you guys can get some good discussion going as we go through the course of the week. You know, I really believe that coaching is teaching, and you know, that's something that, I guess if I had any strengths in coaching, I think it's one thing that maybe I had was that I was a relatively good teacher. And, you know, my mom was by her profession as a teacher. My dad coached Little League sports for 100 years. And, you know, I think that's the fun part of, you know, taking, you know, a player and moving them from point A to, you know, down the road as far as you possibly can. You know, when I came into town, I think within the first month or two, I went to Mass over at St. David's, and I was just walking out in the back, and I was just looking at the bulletin board, just kind of getting acclimated to town. And it was kind of an advertisement for Catholic education, and specifically at St. David's, and I wanted to kind of share this with you. And it kind of ranked, it talked about, you know, a teaching scale. And it talked about first were, you know, mediocre teachers. That, you know, mediocre teachers tell their students what to do. They tell their players, and that's about it. You know, and think about it. I mean, you know, I don't want to, you know, make light of the analytics or statistics in football, but a lot of us, you know, you got to put your heart and soul into your teaching, into your coaching, whatever it is. You know, I don't care if you're teaching science in school, if you're teaching run blocking to your offensive lineman. And, you know, I think the mediocre coaches, and we've probably all seen them throughout the course of our careers, you know, they feel like their responsibility is just to tell the player, you know, hey, do this, do that. You know, a good teacher, you know, not only tells a student what to do or a player what to do, but he explains it. You know, I'm a big believer in the why. You know, why are we doing this? You know, in everything that we do. You know, why do we meet as long as we meet? Why do we lift when we lift? Why do we let them out of the building when we let them out of the building? Why do we run the zone read? You know, why do we have 5-man protection schemes? You know, what's the reason and the rationale, you know, behind everything that we're doing? And I think that's important for all of us in coaching. You know, it's important, I think, question for us to answer, you know, that's what we do for our profession as teachers, as coaches. Why are we in it? And, you know, I think as it relates to your program or your position within your program, you know, why are you doing the job that you're doing? And more specifically, in regard to the teaching of the players, you know, be able to explain it. Give them the why. If they got the why, it's going to, you know, their understanding is going to increase 5, 10-fold, without a doubt. You know, the very good teachers, you know, they demonstrate. They know not only the why, but the how. And they can show the player, you know, how to do it. You know, whether you demonstrate in a walkthrough, and then you go half speed, and then you go full speed. You know, you have to think of a good teaching progression for the players that you're dealing with. And, you know, there may be people, coaches sitting in the room that are dealing with, you know, 9-year-old grandsons, right? I met a coach back there. Coaching his grandson, 9 years old, right, coach? Right? That's different than what Roger's doing at Aquinas, right? It's different than what we're doing with the Miami Dolphins. But you still have to teach basic football fundamentals. You got to, you know, be able to, you know, tell them what it is. You got to be able to explain it to them, give them the why, and also show them how it's done. And then the great teachers and the great coaches, they inspire. They not only, you know, can do all that, all the technical, they have the knowledge, they have the passion, they have the communication skills, all that. But because they love what they do and they care about the people that they do it with, they're able to inspire the people around them to accomplish some great things.